Let us discuss the line plots and scatter plots. We will see one example. The simplest, x equal to assigned, along with the x-axis some values are assigned and y-axis also assigned some values. How to plot this? Pylab.plot ax comma ay. You can take x equal to or y equal to x comma y you can write. After this you have to write pylab.show. You can copy down or you can try to understand, read this, and you can run this program also later. I'll give the time for that also. Now just copy down or you can just try to understand. Similarly, we can do other plots, and even plotting itself a lot of functions are available. Even each one function you can take hours together, but we don't have that much of time, neither it is there in the syllabus. So at least you should know we can plot like this. So let us go to the next. Now I taken x minimum, x maximum. All of you know pi value is 3.1 something, so it will come around 6.2 something. So minus 6 to plus 6, I am putting a x minimum, x maximum, and number of points I am taking as 1000. You can take 500, 800, 2000 whenever you are doing the simulation, so that you will come to know how it is plotted. So I don't want 2, take a 3, this also 3, will it remain minus 6 or not, check it. So these things you have to execute and you have to understand. Now try to go through this program. Again x equal to empty, I am assigning all 0 values, I am assigning. Y equal to, I am assigning 0 values. Later I am calculating here x and value. Again I am like a sine wave using a sine function, and I am assigning using a sine function y values, and I am plotting, I am showing it. So this program you can execute later, and while executing, first you execute as it is, later you make a changes, number of points you change it, this range instead of minus 6 to plus 6 you change this also, execute and understand. Take a 1 minute, go through the program and try to understand. The same program with a 1 or 2 print statement, it is there in the next slide. I'll try to show that also after another 15 seconds. It is the same program, just I have printed a x minimum, x maximum values in the program, and also dx value, it's how much dx are taken. So just see the same program, only extra is print x minimum, x maximum. Those who are having doubts like this, you can execute a program, you can check it. And here also I have printed dx, how much is the increment, so that I'll get totally 1000 points. So whatever the program I am sharing, make changes in that program after executing as it is, so that you will understand. Take a few seconds, go through this. And now we have discussed the plot. Similarly, we have other functions also. We will try to discuss those also now. I will try to share the code also. Whatever I am showing you, the same code I will copy paste in the chat box, so that you can execute and you can understand by making some changes, because you will not be having time to type all those things. You people will be always busy. So hence I am asking you people to do it in the class only. So let us go to the next. This is a scatter. Some random numbers I am generating, 100, x along with the y, 100 I am generating, values x and y. Simply I am plotting, a scatter plot I am using, and you can change 100 to 200, 800, 900, and randomly generate some x and y. Simply I am plotting it. Just go through this, and after plotting, show is a compulsory, and it is a for loop. See the indentation. If you type below the for, you will get an error. There should be a tab. Remember these things when you are executing. Don't say, sir, I am getting an error. Which line number? You have to see that line number. Whenever I ask you to execute, if you do not give any space here, your result may be wrong or it may give the error. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line will be in the error. So when you are executing, so make a changes in this. Random numbers only. This just I am initializing. 2-dimensional. Empty. So that randomly I am generating. Random.random. This will generate. And to understand in depth, take a in range 10. Simply print it. Values in the for loop and you can see it. So let us go to the same program. Only the difference is instead of 100 I have taken 900. You can observe 900 values. No need to count. It's a 900 only. If you want to count, make a 10, 20. Whenever I ask you to execute, take a 5, 10, 15, which will be very easy to count it. Now I have taken 100 and 900. So no need to count. But you can observe compared to the 100, now 900. I am plotting it. This is the way how I can plot using a scatter function. Ax, ay. Both I am generating random values. So let me go to the next. It's the same program. This you try to understand. The Linespace function, which you are going to use in most of the programs later, I want you people to understand this. The Linespace function returns the evenly spaced numbers over a specified interval, start, stop. Simplest example I have typed for your convenience. Import math, always, x equal to pylab.linespace minus 20 to 20. Total I want 20 values. So it will start from minus 20 up to 20. Total, how many I will get? 20 values I will get. So this is the way how I am going to use in most of my functions Linespace. I want you people to understand this particular function because in most of the programs I am going to use pylab.linespace. So you should know what is the meaning of that. Minus 20 to 20, total 20 I want readings. You can change. When I ask you to execute, change this to 10, change this to 40, change this to 80. Understand this one function because in a big program you will be having only one line like this. You should not ask what is this, sir. So please execute and understand so that you will understand a complete program. It will be a one line in a big program. So let us go to the next. Okay. So now import pylab random. Okay, I am using sometimes a header file I may add extra, sometimes I may not add header file because I am cutting and pasting in the PPT. While doing that, some header file I might have missed. But when I am sharing with you the code, perfect code only I will share with you. Prepare the data, Linespace 0, 10, 100. Just now we have discussed the meaning of this 0, 10, 100 meaning is what? Plot the data. So same values, whatever the x is there, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, the same numbers I am sending as a argument to the plot. So therefore I will get a linear. 3, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 10, 10 I will get. So this label I am using linear. Whatever the label equal to I am putting, it is coming by default. Left top corner. Sir, I want middle. I want right. Okay, options are there that I will show you in the next slide. By default, if you won't mention anything, left top corner it will take. Take a 1 minute, understand this. And like this, many functions are there. Detailed information is available in so many websites. And they have executed more than 1 or 2 programs for each function. You can just go through that. If the time permits, I will share the code. I will ask you to execute. You should understand such function is there, such facilities are there, and that you have to explore later. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Maybe links may be there. So these things just I will skip. Later I will share with you people in depth if you want each function. So you can go through these links. I will share these links also later. Okay, this is a sync function you have studied. Again, Linespace I am taking minus 20 to 20, 1001 I am taking. You can take any numbers depending upon how many points you want. And Pylab sin x by x. This is sync function you have studied. Simply I am plotting it, I am showing it. So take a program, the same program I will show in the next slide along with what I am going to get as a result. And use any simulator. I have given you the list of the simulator. In most of the simulator it will work, and especially two simulator which I have put in the blog. I don't know how many of you are following the blogs. In that blog, two links I have given. Those two links will work for most of the programs and most of the packages it will work. Others may work only for the first unit. Second unit I am sure the two links what I have given in the blog, it will work. Just go to the blog and click any one link, copy paste these programs and execute. So let us go to the next. I will show you the program again with the result. See, this is a message you will get. The reason is at x equal to 0, I will get a divide by 0. Therefore message will come, but it will execute. But it is plotted correctly. So this is a sync function. Take a few seconds and just go through this, and no doubt you can execute and you can observe this in your mobile or also on the computer also. In any simulator, I have done 2-3 different simulator. I execute it and ensure that all these simulators will work. Whatever I have provided the link in my blog. Let me go to the next slide. A same program but with a different simulator. So it's another simulator. There also I got a error, some warning I got during when I was running the program. But it is plotted and it is a different simulator. Many simulators are there. You can use any simulator. Even your friends have also suggested some simulators. Without installing unit 2 also you can execute most of the programs in the simulator only. We will see unit 3, unit 4 is it possible or not, we will see later. So let us go to the next. Okay. And plot legend. Each line on a Pylab plot can be given a label by passing a string object to its label argument. However, the label won't appear on the plot unless you also call pylab.legend to add a legend. This is another headache. Simply if you send it, it will not be printed. You have to call this. It will become practice for you people when you do continuously. The location of the legend is by default the top right hand corner of the plot. Just now I told left, I am seeing this side, I told left. That side if you see, it is a right top corner. And it can be customized by setting the local arguments. See, I will show you what are the arguments I can put. If I want a left hand, say bottom corner, middle I want. So those options are available. But by default, once just now you have seen. So according to me, it's the left. According to that side, if you see the object, it's the right top corner. So next slide, I will show you some of the sample. If I want middle, if I want opposite corner, bottom, take a few more seconds. Then I will go to the next slide. Okay. So these are the integer numbers. Location we can specify. Upper right 1, upper left 2, lower left, like that options are there. We cannot execute all these programs in the regular class. This itself will take 1 hour. So only we can say options are there, and it is left to the student how much you want to know, how much you want to check, If I give the 3, for example, will it come the lower left or not, he has to check. For example, center left, 6 if I give. So those things, if a time permits, we'll do it in the next class, or if I done, I'll show you. Simply, you can plot every time you execute the same program by changing the integer number. If I won't give anything by default, it will take a same location. And the plot can be given a title above the axis by calling a pylab title. And similarly, pylab x label, pylab y label control the labeling of the x and y axis. So next slide, I'll show these to you people. The optional additional attributes font size sets the font size in the font. See, they like a print statement. Print statement I can tell you in the 5 minutes also. I can take more than hour also just to explain the print. Like that in the Python, lot of options are there. You have to explore. Unless you practice, you cannot become a master. So let us go to the next. So this is the same program. What changes you have made? Only we have included x label, this is x, y label I have included, this is y, and title I have included my first plot. The same thing has appeared. This is x, this is y, my first plot. And remaining is same program what you have discussed previously. This is the way how we can give the x label, y label, and you can give the title to the plot. So I'll wait for a few more seconds. The same program, and whenever you are executing this program, make changes in this and observe. So let us go to the next. The another program, sine wave, again Linespace. In most of the program we use this. Please try to understand. And I am using a sin x, cos x. This indicates a color, red. This indicates a green. Like this, different colors I can use. How many different colors are possible, sir? That I am going to show in the next slide. Now go through this program, try to understand. It is a sine, cosine, minus sine. So sine I have, minus sine I have, so cosine I have. So instead of red and green, if I want yellow, sir, black, options are there. I'll show you in the next slide. Let us go to the next. The same program. In the previous slide I have typed, this I have executed. The same result I got. So I am using R and G. Let me, if I won't mention also, by default it will take something. These things you have to practice. Let us go to the next slide. See, this just now I told. B if you type, it is a blue. G if I type, it is a green. R, it is a red. Like that I have Y for yellow, K for black. Just copy down these things and try to understand. These you can use in your programming. Wherever I have typed different colors, you can change it and you can just type these and observe the color also. And marker also you can use. A dot, you can use a point, you can use a circle, plus, you can use. In the next programs, we'll try to use these things. And yes, if you type it, it will take a square. These things you have to practice. And those who are working with me, I want those students to divide this and execute and dump all the programs and result in the MS Word. For example, 2 students can do these 3, remaining 2 students can do these 3, remaining 2 students can do these 3, and these 3 combination, these 3, like you might have studied in your SSLC, like a table. So do that and dump in the MS Word. So that complete document file I can share with all the students, so that without executing, simply by observing the result and a program, they can understand easily. Because it's very difficult to do all the combination, check it. So if I prepare like a manual with the help of all of our student friends, it is easy to understand. So I'll wait for another few seconds, then we'll switch over to the next. Anybody has executed all the programs and dumped in MS Word? I told you to maintain your USA number or your name or something in all the programs, so that I can. Sindhu has done, very good. Anybody has done? Dhanashree has done, good. Anyway, I will ask you people to submit suddenly. Those who submit, I will consider for a CTA. Because I told you people to do it. Yes sir, but in online compiler, Aishwarya, online compiler only, you will get a result also. You will get a program also, copy paste. What I am doing, let me show you the program only now. This is a program I have typed in the online compiler only. This is a result I am doing in the PPT. I expect my students should do like this only. They should dump this, not as an image, they can type it as a text only. Even if they want image, let them do image only, followed by the result what they got. Like this I want somebody to prepare completely. So those who are not done, they will get 0. You have to practice, you have to dump, you have to keep it ready, and your notes also should be ready. I will give some time and you should upload. If you do not upload, I will consider that as a 0 marks. So line styles, you can use a solid line, dashed line you can use, dotted you can use, dash and dot you can use. These are the code what you can use. So next, whenever you are plotting, we'll use these different things and we'll try to observe how the line will change because of the line style. And all of you received the quiz marks. So setting was like that only, but next time, after another 10 days, we'll conduct one more quiz. So that time you will not receive the marks, I'll post in the blog. These marks also I will try to post in the blog. So let me go to the next. So sample program, observe this, nothing extra in this. Again Linespace, meaning all of you know, because beginning only I told meaning of Linespace. And 1 point by AX. And 10 into PyLab exponential I am doing it. These numbers you can change and see how it changes. And I am using a R, I am using a M, red color, magenta color. Line style I am changing here. Observe carefully and try to understand. And line width also you observe. I have taken a 4 for red. Thickness you observe. I have taken a 2 for this M, magenta. Thickness you observe. So like this you can change the color, you can change the line style also, and even line width also you can change. Depending upon your requirement, you can make a 2, 3, 4, 5 some number, so that thickness will also change. Okay, quiz link is not open that day. Leave it, Vijayanand. For everybody it has opened, for you it didn't open. So you may be lucky person, leave it. So same program now I have executed. In the previous slide I had typed. Now in this slide, whatever I had typed in the simulator, online simulator, I am showing you. So this is a R. This is a red, magenta I am using. Line width 4:2. Line style I am using like this. So in the next slide I have changed this, and even you can observe how the color changes. All these you have to execute and you have to practice. Like this you maintain a text file, text followed by the image that shows you have executed and followed by the result. Wherever possible, put a comment everywhere, your name, your USN, so that others should feel difficulty in copying. For example, line width, last digit of your USN number, you can put it. If it is a 9, it looks odd, no problem. At least that shows you are executed. So this slide I changed G and C. These things I changed style, but I kept the line width same 4 and 2. These are the changes I have made. You can compare both the. I am switching from that slide to this slide. Observe this. Red, magenta. Now green and C is for what? Anybody is remembering? And line style also. Observe here. This is the way how I can plot, and width also I can change. Okay, Aditi has told. Very good. So Darshini, Mahima, all are active. Very good. So now let us go to the next. Now in this case, what changes have I made? Can you tell? Let me see how many of you concentrated on the previous slide. What changes is there? We'll see who will type. I'm sure nobody will type. At least 2-3 students may type here. Line darkness, I agree. Vijayanand. Any other? Black and yellow. Okay. Any other? Any other? Parenthesis. Huh? What Aishwarya? I'm not getting. Line color is okay. Any other thing? Color is okay. Next. Okay, I'm not sharing the chart with you people. Vandana told black and yellow, dash and dotted. Okay, Rishikesh has told line style, sir. Line style also changed, sir. Vishwa told, Rishikesh told. And Rohan, Bibi Mariam told, Rishikesh style. Okay, anybody else? Sindhu, black and yellow, dashed and dotted line. Okay. I think you people cannot see the chart. I am not sharing chart now. Abhijit Bhatt told color and line style. Any other thing has changed? Okay. So let us see this. Now I am taking another program. We'll see how many of you have observed carefully. Now I want you to tell what changes I have made. Only line style, Kriti. Okay. Anybody else? What changes I have made compared to the previous program? Line style, okay. Line style, line color, okay. Other than that, any other thing I have changed? Okay, line width, line style. Aishwarya Inamdar typed something. Very good, Aishwarya. Width, Ganesh has told Akshita expression. Akshita Reddy, somebody told. Very good. Line style, color, Akshay told. Very good. Observe this. Which expression? Can you type? Surat Shade has told line style and width color. Ganesh has told a little bit correct. Any other? Akshay has told something minus. Okay, thickness, line width he is telling 3. Very good. It is also true. Correct. I think somebody observed that also. Line number, Akshay. Very good, Akshay. In line number, Akshita Reddy, somebody is telling line number, okay, 4. Anything else? Line space, okay. Other than color, line space, line, any other thing? Ram Prasad's line space, Akshaya is telling line 3 also changed Akshay. SK has told. Very good, Akshay. And Sindhu has told. And Vishwa Bhatt 100. Okay, wherever changes are there, they are telling. Shiva has typed. Length has changed. Okay. Most of them they have observed. Very good. That shows some students are copying notes also. Import math is absent. Very good, Ganesh. Lot of students are observing carefully. I am very happy to see all your chat information. Darshini has told import math is missing, sir. It's perfectly correct. Inline space changed, sir. There it was different, now it is a 300. Correct. Darshini Salimat. Sindhu has typed same. Correct. Math is not used. Baslingappa. Correct. Vachin Shetty. Import math is missing, sir. Correct. So you should observe carefully. Even though it's a 5-line code, see, lot of information might have changed from previous code to this code. You should be able to observe those things carefully, and you should be able to execute these programs. Anyway, I'll try to give the time also. Shall I ask you to submit all your notes and all the programs within a day or two? Yes? Complete your notes, whatever you have copied so far, along with all the programs what you have executed in the MS Word, along with the result. Can you submit within 2 days if I tell now? Nobody is telling yes. So nice students here. Anybody? I will not tell your name. Nobody is seeing your chat box. How many of you are ready to upload your notes? Just I'll type. You just I don't know, chat box you can see, I think in your box also, but I am not sharing. Anyway, I will tell within a few days. I will ask you to upload all your notes, program in like this, and along with the result, along with the text, you have to prepare like a manual, and based on your manual you will get a marks. So let us go to the next. Even you can have plot limits also. The method pylab.xlim, pylab.ylim sets the x and y limits of the plot respectively. They must be called after any pylab plot statements before showing or saving the figure. One line you just read it, or twice or three just observe what I have given in the slide. Let me go to the next. Observe this. I have highlighted what you have to observe. X limit 1.5 to 1.8, 1.5 to 1.8. X limit I have told 1.55, 1.75. Observe these things. And Y limit 0 to 25, 0 to 25. Y limit it is 0 to 30, it is 0 to 30. Observe this program carefully. These things you should execute and you should observe, but you people will be always busy, hence a teacher is doing it. And I will try to ask you to execute in the class only by spending 10 minutes. Code I will give directly. Simply copy, paste, execute, observe. A remaining code is saying only these two have changed. You can observe how the x limit, y limit can be changed. Okay. So this Moore's law we'll discuss in the next class.